Well, how was your first week of school? I hope it was a great week. Did you meet anyone new? Were there all kinds of different and new people at your school? When we go to school, there are all kinds of different people. There can be people from different parts of the world, people who speak a different language. Maybe they eat different foods, and they might look a little bit different from you as well. But these are all wonderful people to meet. You might be a little bit shy at first to get to know them, but if you focus on the differences, that can make it harder. It's important that instead of focusing on differences, that you focus on your similarities. Now, I want to tell you a story about when I was really little. My mom looked after kids in the neighborhood, and there was a new family that had just moved in, and this mother wanted her daughter to find a place where she could fit in. They had tried a few other places to have someone look after their daughter, and well, it just didn't work out because there was a problem. You see, this girl came from another country. Well, there were some differences to start, and she didn't speak any English at all. So it made it hard for some people to connect with her. Well, my mom said, you know what, we'll give it a go and see how it turns out. Well, this girl made fast friends with my sister. There were so many things that they could do that they had in common. They loved playing outside. And there was this one time they were running in the backyard and they bumped into each other. They fell over and they just started laughing. And they did it again and again and again. So she had a great time. She laughed and made friends, even though she didn't speak English and she didn't come from our country. You know, there's a man in the Bible who loved meeting people from other countries. Now, this man's name is Paul. And he said it was really important for him to find common ground, find those similarities between himself and others. And he even wrote about it in the Bible. In 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 22, it says, I try to find common ground with everyone so that I might bring them to Christ. So Paul focused on what he had in common with the people first. And then he was able to share about some of his differences. And one of those was his belief in Jesus Christ. What a great opportunity to be able to share about Jesus. Now, that's kind of how we should approach our friendships. We need to find common ground first. It's okay to have differences and to share about those, but when we find we have common ground, that's where we start to connect and we start to make friends. So I'm not really sure how your first week of school went, or if you did make any new friends. But if you didn't yet, give it a chance. Find some common ground. Meet someone new. And eventually, you might be able to share more about yourself, those similarities and those differences, and you might even be able to share about Jesus.